Hello, beautiful mamas. I'm your host B, and welcome back to Let's Talk Mama. Have you ever noticed that one of the most common pieces of parenting advice is also one of the shortest? It takes a village. People say it so casually, almost like it's guaranteed. Like the moment you become a mom, someone hands you a welcome basket filled with supportive friends, helpful neighbors, grandparents on standby, and people ready to step in whenever you need them. If only it were that easy. Because the truth is, a lot of us become moms and quietly wonder where exactly is this village everyone keeps talking about? Motherhood can be full of people and still feel lonely. You are surrounded by little voices all day long. Someone always needs a snack or a diaper change or wants you to watch them jump off the same step for the 47th time. And yet, there are moments when you wish another adult would simply ask, "How are you doing?" Not because they need something, but because they genuinely want to know. I think that's something we don't talk about enough. Becoming a mom changes so many of our relationships. Spontaneous coffee dates become calendars and nap schedules. Text messages become, "My bad, I meant to reply 3 days ago." And making plans, well, let's just say toddlers are excellent at reminding us that even the best plans are really just suggestions. Sometimes everyone is healthy. Sometimes someone wakes up with a mysterious fever 15 minutes before you were supposed to leave the house. Motherhood keeps us flexible, or at least it tries to. But here's something beautiful I've learned: villages don't always appear overnight. Sometimes they're built slowly, one conversation at a time, one familiar face at story time, one smile across the playground, one parent who understands exactly why you are carrying three snack containers, two water bottles, a stroller, and somehow still forgot your own coffee. Those little connections matter because they remind us that we are not doing this alone. One of the greatest gifts motherhood has given me hasn't just been raising my children, it's been meeting people I never would have crossed paths with otherwise. People whose lives look different from mine, who parent differently than I do, who have taught me that friendship doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. Sometimes the strongest friendships begin quietly, not with grand introductions, but with small moments. A shared laugh while our kids play, a simple, "How's your week going?" A text checking in, someone remembering something you shared weeks ago. Those little acts have a way of saying, "I see you." And sometimes that's exactly what a tired mom needs to hear. I've learned that some of the most beautiful friendships don't always come from years of knowing someone. Sometimes they begin in the middle of an ordinary season of life. Two moms who happen to cross paths, slowly sharing conversations, laughter, and the beautiful chaos of raising little ones. Before you know it, someone who was once a familiar face has quietly become part of your village. One thing I've realized is that a village isn't made up of people who have all the answers. It's made up of people who simply show up. The friend who sends a message after a hard day, the grandparent who reads one more bedtime story, the neighbor who waves and makes you feel a little less invisible, the partner who says, "I've got the kids, go take a walk," the mom who saves you a seat, the stranger who smiles when your toddler is having a full blown meltdown instead of giving you a judgmental look. Those moments may seem small, but they remind us that kindness still exists. And kindness has a funny way of making heavy days feel a little lighter. Having two little ones has taught me that I wasn't meant to do every single thing by myself. It also taught me that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign that we are human. And maybe, just maybe, being part of a village isn't only about receiving support, it's about becoming that support for someone else too. Maybe it's sending a text first. Maybe it's inviting another mom for a walk. Maybe it's saying, "You are doing a great job." Because we never really know what someone else is carrying. I hope my children grow up seeing that community matters, that kindness matters, that friendships deserve time and care, that showing up for people is one of the most beautiful things we can do. Because one day they'll build their own villages. And I hope they remember that the strongest communities aren't built through perfection, they're built through compassion, through consistency, through little moments of love. So if you've been feeling like your village is small, or maybe you are still searching for it, please don't lose hope. Sometimes the people who become part of our lives arrive quietly, unexpectedly, and before we know it, they've become part of our story. Motherhood has taught me that we don't need dozens of people surrounding us. Sometimes one genuine friend, one supportive conversation, one person who truly sees you can make all the difference. To everyone listening, if you have someone who's become part of your village, don't wait to tell them. Send the text, make the call, say thank you. We don't always realize the impact we've had on someone else's life until they tell us. And if you are still waiting for your village, keep your heart open. Sometimes it's waiting for you in the most unexpected places. Before we wrap up, I'd like to say thank you to a close mom friend who has quietly become part of my village. You know who you are. Thank you for your kindness, your friendship, and for reminding me that motherhood feels a little lighter when it's shared. I'm so grateful our paths crossed. Thank you for tuning in. Please follow me on Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram. And remember this: motherhood was never meant to be a journey we walk alone. And every act of kindness, whether you give it or receive it, helps build the village we all need. I'll see you on the next episode.